half circular building I was looking for. It's called the Crescent. We'll check it out. Walk down there. It looks like it's going to be a nice, beautiful walk to it anyway. It's actually the Circus Building, not the Crescent. Oh, beautiful streets, beautiful architecture. So I think we have to go to the left. But it looks just as beautiful going that way. Wow, I wonder what that is down there. That almost looks like a castle. So I'm kind of tempted to keep walking a little further to check it out before going to the Crescent. Hi guys, my name is Mike, by the way. You're watching Mike in Town. Being in England, I should probably have the proper manners and formally introduce myself. Well, they got a Bath YMCA here. Look at that. I guess it's international. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, we'll just walk up to that beautiful building right there. I just want to check it out. Looks like we have a perfect day store on the left and a garden on the right. Picnic in the garden, that's nice. This whole town, my take on it, it's kind of, to me, it feels like what this town is to London is what Santa Barbara is to Los Angeles. I don't know if that makes any sense. But it's, you know, they're both about 100 miles away from the big city, and they're kind of nice and, you know, almost like weekend destinations for kind of wealthier folks that live in the city to kind of get away and enjoy a quiet weekend away. They both have little cute stores and things like that. So I wonder if this might be the Crescent from the other side, because it's kind of circular. But I think the Crescent is supposed to be further up. But anyway, I just wanted to check out some of this beautiful architecture here. And of course, we got the phone booth. So what looked like a castle from far away was actually this building on the left-hand side. I think because of that big wall. I don't know if these phones are even, well, there actually is a phone inside there. So I don't know if you can still make a phone call with it. So this is my second video about Bath. My first one was when I got here from London. I got settled in and did my initial exploration. In case you would like to see that one, I will leave a link in the description below and also at the end of this video. Looks like they have nice little sidewalk cafes here and little stores, and this part feels more like it's locals that are here. It doesn't really feel touristy, although I do see people still walking around with backpacks, so I'm not sure, maybe it's a mix. Cobblestone driveway, you definitely don't see that in the US. So I don't know if we're out of the touristy zone yet, or... Now it looks like we might still be in a tourist zone. I don't know if the whole place is a tourist zone. It feels very touristy. Don't feed the gulls. So yeah, Santa Barbara. I gotta do a video up there sometime. There's a train from Los Angeles that goes up there, and it's also popular with European tourists and foreign tourists up there. There's actually a lot of British people in Santa Barbara, or Montecito, which is next to Santa Barbara. They kind of like the coastal vibe, like beach kind of places in California. But that's a nice little city with a lot of stores and restaurants and stuff like that. Alright, so we took a little detour. So now we're gonna go back and continue on our path to see the Crescent Building. Yeah, this is a really beautiful city. It's a beautiful day for it too. It's probably about 75 degrees today Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius. I would guess maybe around 25, 24. So it was a nice summer-like day. I think I'm bringing up the weather because the way British people complain about it, you would think they live in a remote corner of Alaska somewhere. I know I'm not here during the winter months, but I checked the weather here year-round, and in at least this part of the UK, the climate is mild. It's almost never too hot in the summer, and it rarely gets cold enough to snow here. So it looks like we can go up these steps. They're pretty steep. Once we're up, I think that's where the Crescent is going to be. These are some steep and narrow, medieval-looking steps, but it's okay. I like to go off the beaten path and see and explore things that you normally wouldn't. Well, I don't think this is the Crescent, but it's definitely a stunning looking building. And it almost looks like the Crescent, but I don't think it is. Because when I was looking it up, the Crescent had a garden right in front of it. So I'm going to try to find where it is. I just looked it up, and apparently that beautiful building is called the Paragon Building, and it looks like it was completed in 1775. It was bombed during World War II and got damaged, but it was later restored. And we stumbled upon Hay Hill Street right in front of us. We're going to go up there and check it out. So we can go through here and then take a right and then left. Okay. Hay Hill Street is that narrow pedestrian-only street. We'll take another look at the Paragon Building from this side of the street, from the top of the steps here. This is also just a beautiful building. I was looking at that really old and faded sign right in front of us on top of that door on that building that says Hay Hill Dairy. And apparently it's a ghost sign for a business that's no longer there, but they left a sign, so it's a ghost sign. So I just got up these steps and up a hill on the way to the Crescent, and it's kind of hard to make it all the way down there because every street I turn, every step I take, there's more beautiful stuff to see, and I just can't believe how beautiful the city is. I did think it had a nice looking architecture. I didn't expect it to be this gorgeous. It's just amazing. And I think the next street we take a left. Apparently this neighborhood is called Hay Hill, so it makes sense. We were on Hay Hill Street and there was a ghost sign for Hay Hill Dairy. So now that we're walking around here, I can see how this city has over 100,000 local residents. It definitely feels more residential further in. Or just, I guess, in the main tourist area. And, it looks like these are very nice homes people live in. I don't know, I guess they're townhouses. I'm not sure what they would call them. So I think the Crescent is down here. And there should be a nice little garden near the Crescent. It's definitely a quaint little city, and I think here the British term posh can be appropriately used to describe it. Checking out the Crescent finally, and it's right here in front of me. Yeah, sorry again guys, I got the Circus and the Crescent confused. So we'll walk around and take a look at the Circus Building. Apparently it was built between 1754 and 1769, so it took them 15 years to build it. And it was built before the United States was a country. Apparently it was inspired by the Colosseum in Rome, and it contains 33 residences. When I was at home, I actually saw the Circus Building in the pictures, and I did see the Crescent Building in the pictures, and somehow I thought it was one and the same. I actually forgot the names of both buildings, so when I was down the hill, I asked somebody about the circular building, and they said, oh, that's the Crescent, and they told me where to go, but we took a little scenic detour and ended up at the circus. And of course my GPS is not working in Bath, so I couldn't use it. So there's 3 buildings here that form a circle. Each building is 1/3 of a circle. Yeah, I gotta say that other building that we saw that I thought was the Crescent, or looked like it, was also stunning. But this is definitely a bigger circle. The other one was just slightly curved. Let's come up a little closer to the doors of those townhouses and see what it says. So they have, okay, so this is an office for an orthodontist. So they're not even residences. Although, maybe that's just that one. This looks more like a... Yeah, the rest of them look more like a residence. That's a pretty crazy office for an orthodontist, though, to be in a Crescent Building like that. You get your dental work done, and then this is your view of the window. But I guess those are some of the real estate options they have out here in Bath. Definitely has bragging rights. It's like, oh, I have an orthodontist in a Crescent Building. Do you have a good orthodontist? Oh yeah, he's so good, he's in a Crescent Building. I've noticed a lot of these houses have a door on the bottom, and looks like it's a little garden area, or what we would call the front yard maybe. So I don't know how common that is to have an area like this. To me it almost looks like it would be a basement area and people have a little garden down there. They look semi-private because you can't really see most of that area unless you're standing right next to the fence there. Well, I'm glad we saw the beautiful Circus Building and the Paragon Building down the hill. I guess the Crescent Building is not in the cards. But maybe one day it'll give me another good reason to come back to this beautiful city. This city is like an architecture museum in itself. And you really have to wander around, and I like to go off the beaten path and really see what you can discover and not just concentrate on the most popular or best known things. It's like every street I look down is gorgeous. Look at that, lunch from $10. Italian restaurant. I mean, 10 pounds. We have cute little restaurants and stores around here.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
This one is empty and it says to let, which I think means for rent. I guess it's a little cafe. French. Comptoir. Fish. Veggie sides. Little mom and pop stores and restaurants. Looks like a clothing store and a Thai restaurant. So it looks like we have a lot of food options here. And the city itself is actually bigger than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a lot smaller than this. Definitely a vibrant city. I mean, they're cute little stores. Let's check it out. Giraffe gifts. Alright guys, I was going to do a longer video, but I hear the siren, so it sounds like they found me. Uh-oh.